Hi everyone, so off the back of this card, which I did, which was I think originally Tanu Creative did it as a scrapbook page type thing, and then I saw Kayla Renee do it on her channel, so I did it as 6x6. So off the back of that, I quite like that mechanism, so I thought let's have a bit of a play. Let's see if we can do a 5x7 version. So here's a 5x7 version. So I've used my new papers. Now these are available as a digital kit over on DRK Crafts. They're also hopefully, well, they will also be available on Ko-fi as well as a digital kit, and they'll hopefully be available on Amazon by the time this video goes up, as long as I've not had any problems. So these are the papers. I take you through, I have a quick flick through in the video, so I won't show you now, but make sure to go and check those out. So this card, I've got quite a plain front, and then you open it up and you have these 3 layers. Now I do say this in the video, but I'm going to say it again now. I do feel like these could be butterflies. Because I feel like that is such a cool, that would be such a cool, so, or you could do them as little books as well. You could do it like you could almost have like library shelves here. And I've actually got some papers on Etsy, Bookworm I think it was called, but yeah, those papers would work quite well with this, because you could have like books, like bookshelves down the side, and then have an actual open book on the inside. You could use these as well for scrapbook album pages if you wanted to, or if you were doing a card and you wanted to put little photos of people in here, you could. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, lots of things you could do, So I've decided to turn mine to Get Well Soon card, and then you've got space on the back to write. It is quite a chunky card, it kind of, because of the card thicknesses that I have used, but you could slim down, maybe don't use a mat, just use, on these, don't use a mat, just go for patterns. This centre section, the actual folding mechanism could be a thinner, slightly thinner card. But yeah, so that's the card for today, so let's get into it. Okay, so for this card you're going to need one base piece that is 7x10, and you're going to score that in half at 5 inches. If you have a 5x7 card blank, you can go ahead and use that, but I didn't have one in the colour that I wanted. So that's your card blank, so that can just go to one side. And then you need another piece of base card. Now I've actually gone for what my mat is going to be. So the colour, this colour is the same colour as what a mat's going to be. So it's really up to you what you want to do. But I've gone for a matte, because I think if I have a base, you'll see in a minute why it needs to kind of be a matte colour. Now this one you need to score at 2 5/8, at 4 7/8, and at 7 1/8. Now these are a bit of a weird, you know, we've got 1/8 of inches, but again you will see why. There is an option that you can do it so you don't have this big section here. These become 1/2 inch tabs instead, so you could do it that way, but I just think it's going to be more sturdy to do it this way, so that's why we're doing it this way. So then what we want to do is take a pencil and take a ruler, and then just down that first score line, well, down the 2 outside score lines, you're going to mark at 2 1/4 and at 4 1/2, like that. And you can do the same on this score line over here. And then what we want to do is we're going to go ahead, take a Stanley knife or craft knife or whatever, and a metal ruler, and we're going to cut from that mark across to here, and from this mark across to there. So the 2 marks you've just done, you just want to draw, put your ruler down, and then just cut across, and you're only going in between those 2 score lines. So you should end up with this, hopefully. Okay, so then you want to bring in a cork board, and now what we want to do is we're going to score from the top left hand corner score line down to this middle section here. So I've got a score line running all the way down here. If you want to fold and burnish first, you can, but I like the fact that it's nice and flat. So we're going to score from the top of that score line down to there, and you really do want to make sure that you're getting it nice and even. And then I'm going to come down, since I've got my ruler this way round, and I'm going to score again from the left hand side of that cut to the bottom section here, like that. And then again on this one, from the top of that cut to the bottom middle score line, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do exactly the same on this side, but we're going the opposite way. So we're going to go from the top of that score line to the middle section there. And then bring it down, and then the next square, just keep going all the way down. So you should end up with that, hopefully. So now we're going to go ahead. This is going to be a valley. This is going to be a valley, and this is going to be a valley. So they're all three valleys. So let's go ahead and fold them. I'm going to fold them this way first, just because of the way that I have scored. You should end up with that. So now what I want to do is all of these diagonals are going to be mountains. So just go in and just mountain fold them all. Now you just need to be quite careful with, obviously when you're doing it, you're not scoring other things. And also when you do originally score these, just make sure that you're really, you know, scoring properly. Because if, like me, you haven't quite scored it right, it's going to be a bit of a battle. So we're going to go ahead now and just do all of these score lines. So you should end up with that, hopefully. So then if you bring your other card in, what we need to do is we need to do the front first before we do anything else. So you're going to need a piece of mat that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 and a piece of pattern that's 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. These pattern papers are taken from my new digital kit and paper pad, so hopefully this will be going live on Amazon soon. It might be up by the time this video goes up, I'm not sure. This is the 8 1/2 by 8 1/2, but you've got, in fact let me show you the A4 because that's going to be more like what you're going to get in the digital kit. So the A4 version, I mean they're basically the same, it's just sometimes you don't have completely everything in it. So you've got some greetings and some elements, and then you've got this kind of bouquet on pink and nice play on the back. You've got leaves, you've got butterflies and foliage, and then some pansies, and then we've got a bouquet but on orange, some purple leaves, well leaves on purple, some sort of spots, pansy one, that's the one I'm using today for my card, and then we've got bouquet but on purple, and we've got leaves on pink, spots, and then some more pansies with butterflies. So that is the kit. So that will be available on DRK Crafts as a digital kit. It'll also be available on Ko-fi, and as I said, hopefully it will be available on Amazon as a paper pad by the time this video goes up. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick this down onto the front of my card. Okay, so I've stuck that on the front. Now you could also go ahead and stick your white piece on the back, and that would go on there. And again, your mat's the same, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then your white is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. I'm not going to stick this down just yet because I'm not quite sure what greeting I want to use. So we're now going to open this up. And then what we need to do, before we stick this down, we want to go ahead and take 2 pieces of mat, and these are 2 inches by 6 3/4 and 2 inches of pattern, 2 pieces of pattern that are 1 3/4 by 6 1/2, and these are going to go in here like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. Right, so before we do any more, we need to bring this piece back in, and we're going to need to decorate this before we do anything else. So if you want to, you can leave these triangles plain, but I think for mine, I kind of wanted them to be orange. So what I've done is I've cut out 3 squares that are 2 by 2, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half diagonally and make them into 6 triangles, and then we can stick those on. Now, obviously if you're using mat, you're not using a pattern, then it doesn't really matter which way your triangles go. If you're using a pattern, just be mindful of which direction, you know, your pattern is going. Right, so I'm now going to go ahead and stick these triangles onto my card. Okay, so once you've stuck your triangles down, you should end up with that. So now we need to go ahead and decorate these parts here. So you're going to need, you don't need any mats because you've already got a mat, unless if you're using a base coloured card. So say for example you were using an orange, you know, that's your base, then you would need a mat. But because I'm using a matte colour, I only need patterns. So my patterns are 2 of them that are 2 1/4 by 6 1/2. So these are going to go here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. So you should end up with that. Now my borders are quite large. The reason being, and if you want to do it so they're a bit smaller you can, but this panel here measures 2 5/8. So really your pattern paper needs to be 2 3/8 by 6 1/2. I decided I didn't want to go down to 8, but actually maybe you should, because this is a little bit too short. This is 2 1/4. So maybe you need 2 3/8 by 6 1/2 if you want it to really fit. But anyway, it's fine. It is what it is. So then we've got these pieces here. Now I think we need to stick it in first and then we'll deal with those pieces there. So we're going to take our card and we're going to lay it down like that. And we want to make sure that this centre line here lines up with this centre line and that all our boundaries, borders, whatever they're called, are kind of straight. And then you want to go ahead and add some glue or red tape onto the back of this side here. And then you just very carefully fold that over and stick that down like that. And then when you've done that, you're going to then put some glue on the back of here and stick that down. Now you want to, I would say use wet glue, because when you go to fold this in half, this might want to move. If you want to, you can stick it down so that it's folded, but you could potentially end up with it being wonky. So I'm going to stick it flat and then quickly shut it and see. So that's sticking it flat, and then I'm going to quickly shut it like this and just gently shut it like that, and then open it up and see if it's moved. And it hasn't actually moved, so that's good. So as long as all your pieces are, you know, kind of lined up and whatever, you should be okay. So then you end up with that. Now obviously you might decide that you don't want these 2 panels at the back, in which case that's fine, but I just thought there's quite a bit, you can see quite, you know, through quite a few places. So if you want to, you can just stop here and just have them as arrows. This is quite a nice idea for a card. But we're going to go one step further and add our squares. So the little tip for this, so you're going to need in total 6 squares, and these are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. You need 6 mats that are 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and 6 patterns that are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Now when you stick these on, you need to make sure that they are not sticking above this line. So if anything, I'd make them go down slightly. You might find that you want to cut just shy of those sizes I've just given you, so it's not quite 2 1/4, because you might find that it gets a bit problematic. So I'm just going to go kind of like here, so it lines up with that top section there. Oops. So it lines up with that top section there. Just need to make sure any glue excess is wiped away, because otherwise you're going to end up with it sticking in the wrong places. And then we're going to go ahead and add some more glue on this side. And then take our next square and add it on. Then we can go for the next one down. You might find that it's easier to start from the bottom and work your way up, rather than starting from the top and working your way down. So with this one here, I'm going to make sure it just hangs down a little bit, so it's not going to be up the top, because what you might find is when this opens up here, this corner can get caught. So that's why you need to bring it down just slightly, because you don't want it getting caught on this corner here. You might want to round your corners, that's another option, or not use squares, use something else, maybe circles or something. But you just need to make sure that is out of the way so that when you close this up it's not getting caught, because on my sample card it did, my little tester card, those squares were getting caught on those edges because I'd had them too far up. So just make sure that you're mindful of that. And then we want to go ahead and stick these last two down. Now on this bottom bit here, obviously that is hanging off the bottom there, but it's fine because you've got a border, it's not hanging off the bottom of the card. So just make sure when you're sticking them down, it doesn't go so far that it hangs off the bottom of the actual card itself. And again, when it's opening and closing, just make sure it's not getting in the way of that edge. So then hopefully you should find that when they're all there, then they are all lined up. The other thing I think would be quite nice to put in the middle here instead of squares, if you had large butterflies, having 3 large butterflies on there, because they kind of open their wings, that would look really cool. That would be very nice. So yeah, so there you go. So that's that bit. So now all we need to do is decorate. Now it's quite chunky, so you just need to be mindful of the card that you use. You don't want really flimsy card, but you also don't want really thick card. So go for something kind of halfway between the two. It stands up nicely like that. So now we're going to decorate. So I've just cut out a few little pieces. Before we do anything on the inside, I'm just going to do the front. So I've cut out the sending love and I've just matted it onto some green. So I found some green card that was similar to this, and then I've done a white circle which is slightly bigger and an orange which is slightly bigger again. So I'm just literally going to put that on the front. I'm going to do it with pads, and I'm literally going to not add anything else because I feel like it's quite busy anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and stick that down. So that's the front done, and then on the back I've gone ahead, because I now know it's going to be a get well soon card, I've stamped a wish you a speedy recovery. So I'm just going to stick that onto the back. So I've done that on the back, and then on the inside here I've got a little get well soon, which I'm just going to put up in the top corner there. I'm just going to stick it flat. And then I'm going to go ahead on here, I've just got I fussy cut out some little flowers from the pack and also some butterflies as well. So I'm just going to go ahead now and work out what layout I want and stick them all down. Okay, so there's the finished cards. You've got that. I might end up putting a couple of just some pearls in the bottom. I feel like it just needs just something, not a lot, but something else. So I might end up going and doing that. Then you open it up and you've got this lovely pop-up, and then I've done, just put some little flowers on. It is quite busy. You could do it different ways, but it's just, I always find it difficult trying to judge so you don't have it too blank. But yeah, and then on the back, obviously you've got space to write. So it'll fold flat. And it will fit. It is a bit chunky, but that, again, that is because of the card I've used. And the layers, if you want to cut down on the layers, don't do your mats, just go straight for patterns. Also, as I said, use a thinner card. Don't go too thin. I would say maybe 200 is probably the minimum you want to go. Your base card for the outside needs to be, like the actual card blank needs to be a decent weight, but all your other layers could be slightly less. So yes, it folds down to fit in an envelope for a 5x7 card. So there you go. So make sure to go and check out the papers. They're available on DRK Crafts and also as a digital kit, and also as a digital kit on Ko-fi. They should be available on Amazon, hopefully. I'm not sure but I will put up on screen whether they are or not. But if they're not available when this video goes up, then hopefully they will be available soon. It depends on how Amazon are, but hopefully they will be. But yeah, I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!